What is up? What is up, everybody? This is Descry Gaming. So this one's called Dice Throne Roundtable, where I talk about Dice Throne. I talk about what's happening currently with Dice Throne. And oh, there's RK. Hello, RK.
How's it
So,
going?
so the idea was try to get other Dice Throne players' opinions and what they're thinking currently with the game, and call it, round table, where we just talk about stuff. I did put a poll on my channel, some different things like, do you think Dice Throne is a luck-based game? And you guys could vote on yes or no. Which character do you hate the most? I put a couple characters out there that people seem to hate. So this is me trying to be a little bit more interactive with other people that play Dice Throne and that are following my channel. And RK is also a Dice Throne player. So yeah, I was hoping that more people would come on down and talk to Dice Throne, but I mean, RK is here, so it's pretty cool. I wanted to share a bit, so I'm gonna just showcase what I see. This actually, where I gotta pull up my. I got this. YouTube. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so this was some of the polls I did. 2 versus 2 format. That is official format that's coming this year. Never been official for tournament play. So we're gonna see that popping off this year in 2025. So I've been playing some 2 vs 2, and these are some of the characters that I thought were kind of improved a little bit. There's also more like Santa Claus and whatnot. But right now, Seraph has the most votes, 40%. I think Pyromancer is another huge one. Fiery Soul, with all that collateral damage and multiplayer. I think that's really good.
Can you refresh that page?
Yeah. Are you seeing it on my screen?
Yeah.
Oh, you did a vote. Nice. So yeah, so we'll see if this changes throughout the week. But just to give some ideas here, so you've got Krampus that can inflict coal and do a lot of damage through that way. You've got Captain Marvel that can get the flares to do damage to each opponent. And I already talked about Fiery Soul or Burning Soul with Pyromancer.
Pyromancer. I think any character that can hit multiple opponents at the same time is strong. Like
Yeah,
being
for
able
sure.
to get powder kegs with Cursed Pirate, or Thor being able to throw Milner to different people.
Right, because I think there's different lock-ins for a lot of heroes in Dice Throne that will say something to the regard of different opponents or whatnot.
Yeah.
So this is something I think when we go into the new year, and if the 2v2 format is kind of popular, we might see more interest in the meta for multiplayer heroes. X-Men will be joining the fray. Will that also change the meta too? We will find out. But yeah, if you want to put your 2 cents in, go to my channel and you can vote on these things. The next thing is, so this was on my mind, and as I was getting more into Dice Throne, I've had a lot of people on different sides tell me, oh, this game, this is just pure luck based type game because it's like Yahtzee, you're rolling dice and nothing more. But the more I got into it, I kind of thought like, I think yes, there's some luck in this game, but with the combination of the cards and the different lock-ins for the character, I do feel like there's a lot of tactical thinking going on. And so therefore, the way I wrote this statement out was that depending on how you're playing the game, there is a lot of tactical decisions you're making. So it's not all based on 100% luck. And you can see right now for that voting that a high percentage of people agree with that statement. So that's pretty cool. So, but there's always going to be a few people that think, nah, it's just luck.
I also agree that it's not all luck. Like you can have dice mods in your hands, and the dice just don't, roll the correct way for you, and you have to decide whether you use those dice mods now or do you try to use those against your opponent, or when's the most effective way to use your samesies? Is it to try to give you an ultimate, or is it just to, to give you another attack that adds 4 damage to, like going from a basic to a Eureka,
Exactly. And I think when you get more into Dice Throne, you're gonna start to see a different layer on top of just rolling dices. Like right now, I'm studying like character matchups and looking for tiny little things that I see in the game that, okay, this character sort of has a edge over this character because of this. But yeah, so, and then this is everybody's favorite. Like, so I took basically the 4 characters that I hear people complain about all the time. And this was Shadow Thief, Curse Pirate, Scarlet Witch, and Loki. And it's not a surprise. Shadow Thief is leading that by 69%. You got Curse Pirate 8% and Loki 23%. So I will say this. I think the reason why people do not like Shadow Thief is he can steal your CP, he can make you discard cards, and he can gain a whole bunch of more cards than you can. And with that, you get a lot of dice mods that can kind of control what you're trying to do. So stop you from getting your ultimate, stop you from getting your large straight, or get into the shadows. So a lot of times people feel like Shadow Thief is kind of like he plays solitary by himself almost, and then he hits you for 15 damage. Sometimes more than that.
25.
Yeah, 25 with a sneak attack, or 26. But I will say this. I think like there's things you can do to try to stop the engines. Like a lot of these characters have engines, and whether that's keeping your what statuses, your bye-byes, or trying to get the perfect timing. A lot of it I think is try to pressure the damage through so they don't have all that time to build up and kind of dominate you. Loki's a frustrating one too because he's got these things called illusions where he can kind of like get under people's skin because like it's 3 cards in front of you and you got to pick one and you're hoping for the one that does full damage. And then, say you're playing Loki and he can get 2 stacks of illusion, actually 3, because when he does his defense, if he gets a 6, he can spend the current one and then get a fresh one. So that can tilt people a little bit because you're like, I just want to do damage to Loki. And if you keep getting the red card constantly, it kind of just gets to you. So Loki can be also annoying for a lot of people. But I think, though, it's nice to have a diverse way of playing the game. And, some of these characters are kind of like stall characters or like make the game go super long. And some people like to play like that, so it's interesting that there's a huge roster of characters. We're going to get more. We're going to get the X-Men. We're going to get the Outcasts. And who knows, maybe there'll be somebody worse than the Shadow Thief that people hate. But currently, that is a title, I think, well-deserved by the Shadow Thief. And that is the 3 kind of polls I've got up here. And you guys responded to those. So I'm planning to do more polls in the future. And when Outcast gets more information to get your guys' thoughts on the new characters and also about the new rank play coming in the new year. And so I'm here with RK. Let me share the Discord. Go to the Discord feed here so I can see you.
Yep. RK is not really talking much. He's just telling you're listening.
So Arcade is a Dice Throne player. He hangs out on Freehawks. And let me ask you something. Oh, there you are. Let me ask you something.
Sure.
Obviously, you know, you play a lot of various games. I could see just in your background, you got like, I see you got the Link, original Link game there. I loved that as a kid too, by the way. Did you get into board games later in life, or was this always a thing even when you were much younger than what you are right now?
So I just got into board games only about 2.5 years ago. So I'm still a rookie. I'm very new to the genre.
My story is similar to yours. Like I was in my younger days, before kids, I was just like a big gamer. Like so I played like, you know, well, this is way back, but you know, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and then later Xbox and all that. I somehow trickled into the realm of board games and card games a little bit later in life. But I will say there's something magical, I think magical for me, like, because I'm a gamer at heart, but like it's a different form of gaming, right? With physical stuff in your hands and, you know, playing, you know, against someone right in front of you or whatnot. But it's something like I feel like you can't get, it's a different feeling than just say turning on the TV and playing Madden or playing NBA 2K with your friend or that.
The old school games when growing up, when you play multiplayer, you're sitting on the couch next to each other. You're playing right next to each other. And that's what I like the most about board gaming, is having that, you know, interaction just face to face, you know, with the other people. You don't really get that when you're playing online on a video game server.
Yeah.
You get that same one-on-one connection.
So,
and yeah, I was mostly video games. So you'll see, let's switch here. You see, this is my setup here. I got.
Oh yeah, you got one of those
retro games,
those man caves where. Let me ask you something. I don't know if this is too much, but what does your wife think of your man cave? I mean, does she like it, or does she just be like, okay, that's your thing?
Oh, she don't care.
She don't care. Okay. Because my wife's the same thing. She's like, she knows I have my little man cave set up. You know, I got my little, and she kind of just stays away. But
so long as pay the bills, you know, I'm not running behind on the mortgage or whatever.
Yeah, that's true. But happy wife, happy life. You know, so make the wife happy. Yeah. So I for people who don't know, like I've sort of been getting into Dice Throne, and for me, I've been getting a little bit more into playing the game more competitively, and I'm really finding it so far pretty fun. What I like is I feel like even if you do lose, it's still fun. Like, I mean, except when you're playing against Shadow Thief. But you know, when you're sitting there rolling dice, trying to do certain things, and your opponent's trying to also do the same thing and also trying to disrupt what you're doing, and it's just a really good, just kind of simple game to get into it. But also, like, there is a lot of mind games and thinking, and are you going to roll and test your luck to get this and try to finish the game. And that's what really kind of got me into Dice Throne a lot. And I wanted to ask you the same thing because I'm fairly new to Dice Throne. Like, I would say I probably have about maybe 4 or 5 months of like solid Dice Throne playing. You probably have a lot more than me. Are you
a couple of years?
Yeah. Are you still as excited with the game, or has like the honeymoon kind of like left?
So I've actually had spurts. There were periods of time where I didn't really feel like playing it. Like, I've already played this 1,000 times, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be the same thing every time. But the new heroes and new stuff coming out, you know, kind of gets me more excited about playing more, you know?
Yeah.
Really looking forward to X-Men because, and I've been trying to keep relatively spoiler free on it. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you who all the new heroes for the X-Men boxes are.
That's normal though.
I want that excitement.
there's a lot
when I
of
first played.
there's a lot of like people that are into certain games and they don't want things spoiled for them. Like they want to experience it on day one.
Mhm.
Like, and then there's some people that want to learn everything about it before it comes out. So
Mhm.
that's, I mean, I'm kind of 50-50. I don't want to know everything, but I do want to know a little bit. I mean, I'm a little weird. So I'm hoping,
I mean, I want to know that there's new heroes coming, but
yeah,
I don't necessarily want to know their mechanics or how to play them. I
right.
want to
You
experience
want to
them.
have that kind of Christmas feel, like opening up the
Yeah,
present and
exactly.
like,
That's actually exactly the way I want it. You
true.
hit it.
I will say this though. The outcasts that they've kind of previewed and give us like little teasers of them, it definitely looks like they know what they're doing with these new
Mhm.
heroes. Like it looks like they probably had some good play testers. The art design is really nice. Thematically, it looks really cool. Like I mean, you get a little sense, little hints of like mechanically what they're doing from the headless horseman to the ravenous to the werewolf or the pale lady. But they look really cool. Like they don't look boring type characters, you know, like they look like they're
Mhm.
really fun to kind of pilot.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I agree. Like there was another game that I was covering on my channel. I still like the game, okay, but I'll admit to you, the honeymoon has left for me, and I did tell people like, look, if they come out with another expansion, and it's like like if they do something really interesting mechanically and just because I don't know, I played this game to death and I think it's a great game, but like I've gotten the only thing I think that's going to excite me back into that game again is that they really kind of reinvent and innovate into something new that they bring to the game. But yeah, I'm still kind of like in the honeymoon with Dice Throne because I'm still like, you know, I haven't even played all the characters yet. You know, I'm still kind of
Mhm.
experimenting.
Well, we're in this Freehawk server, and whenever there's a big spurt of activity, I kind of seem to be more interested in playing when there's new people. I actually enjoy playing with new people, like showing them the game.
You seem like
I
I've
intentionally
chilled out
lose
with you
actually
and
sometimes in
you
order to
seem
make them.
you seem like a
Go ahead.
kind of a patient, like you're a good person. Like if I'm brand new and I have no clue, you're a good person to go to that will take the time and kind of explain how to
Yeah,
play a
exactly.
particular game.
I try to
Not
tell you
everybody
like
has
it's a
that
bad
kind of
move.
personality, but you know, you're definitely
Yeah,
really good in the Freehawks for that. Yeah,
and
I'm
pointers and everything, and that makes it fun for me.
I
Just teaching
wanted
new games. I
to.
use all these boxes up here. I actually intend to give away just because I like spreading the game around.
Oh, nice, nice. Because you that's another question too. Is you have a game store that you go and play in your area, I assume. So
Yes, I'm actually a Dice Roy, and I host the events at a game store locally here in the DFW area of Texas.
very nice, very
So
nice. So I guess you're gonna
you know,
try to get set up with official rank play when it comes down the
oh,
pipeline.
I've been official rank play. Actually, I was just hosting the Age of Destruction.
Yeah, awesome. I was gonna say, um, the other thing that really kind of made the Dice Throne enjoyment really up there for me was finding this server and connecting with people like kind of like far away from me and playing the game. And I think that's why like I have in my description basically the link for the Discord. So again, there's some players on here that are not even in North America, and so and they are able to kind of participate in these kind of unofficial tournaments and stuff, which is really fun. So I think, like I said, I think this game has a lot going for it. I'm excited, and that's why I kind of wanted to hear how people are feeling about Dice Throne. So I know I'm thankful you joined. I was just gonna throw a dart to the dartboard and see
Yeah,
if a couple more
I mean,
people
I can't
join.
get enough of Dice Throne. I've
Yeah,
played it 12 or 1300 times, and I'm still here.
I think
So
it's one of those
it's a good
games
game.
where I believe there's a lot of people that are like, nah, dice games are not my thing. But if they
Yeah,
would just
yeah.
literally play it, I swear, they'll be like, oh my God, this game is a lot of fun.
Mhm.
Um,
It's also very simple to set up. You can have this game going in a minute, 90 seconds tops.
yeah,
You can have this game
that's the other
completely set
point.
up
It's not one of
and ready
those
to go.
games where, oh my God, where do I put my tokens? Where do I put my board? This game has a perfectly, these trays that puts
Every
everything in a
factory.
nice little spot. If you get the
Uh-huh.
battle chest, you have literally everything nicely put in one little box, like, or big box. But it's not,
It's labeled right on there too. Every hero is
yeah,
separated from
you
its
got the
own
picture
factory.
on
You
the
just pull your
side.
hero out.
It's so easy to get set up and go. And that's one thing that really attracted to me to this game as well, because I've had other games in my house and it's like I have nowhere to put the tokens, or I have to go on like Amazon and buy some kind of contraption. I have to build it just to put my different
Mhm.
dice pieces and everything all together. And this is all like, you don't need to go to Amazon or anywhere. It's already set for you perfectly. So hats off to, the Dice Throne team. They did a good job on that.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I don't know if there's anything else to talk to. I kind of wanted to just get a feel of where everyone is with Dice Throne and how they got into Dice Throne. But it's kind of just you and me. But I think we kind of had a good talk there. I don't know if you want to add anything more about Dice Throne. What is there anything on the horizon that you're hoping for with the game?
I mean, I just want more. I want more content. I still can't get enough of the game. I want more heroes, more heroes, more heroes. Give me season 3, season 4, season 5. I just want 100 different characters to choose from.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what I'm looking for.
that would be cool. I mean, here's the thing. Um, you never know. Like, a lot of times these little games, like that are big games now, they started small, really tiny. I
Yeah,
give you,
it
I
started
give,
out as a print and play.
well, yeah. You
Um,
look at what is that one small game that is huge now? Like, there's little indie games like Hades 1. That
mhm.
was done by a very small team, and uh, especially when they released Hades 2, that's a huge roguelike game, and it didn't have a huge, like, big publisher behind it. But what I'm
Right.
trying to say is that I think, like, I see potential in Dice Throne. Just it's a well polished, easy game to get going. I think, like you said, the more they bring us more content that's fun to play and all that, and also by opening up more avenues for people to play the game and go in person and tournaments, I think that's great. So we'll see
Mhm.
where Dice Throne goes, but I'm really excited coming to 2025 to see more information about Outcast and X-Men's dropping.
Yeah.
And I think,
Partner with Marvel was a huge deal.
yeah,
Like that just spreads, the word about Dice Throne even farther.
I think
Um,
we're gonna see when X-Men drop. I think we're gonna see a lot more new people kind of showing
I
up.
agree with that.
So that's gonna be kind of interesting. So, anyways, I guess we're gonna end this roundtable. This was just kind of a test run, and what I plan to do in the future is give people maybe more time to hop on here, and also put more community polls out there for you people to kind of respond to, so that people that join this kind of discussion, we could talk about those things too, like about the Shadow Thief and about do you think this game is really luck based, or it has some tactical decisions, stuff like that, which we kind of covered and talked about. But anyways, I thank RK for joining me, and there'll, you guys like, comment if you want to see more of this. Hopefully get more people on here to get their side of things. I do probably plan, if this does well for this first episode, to do another roundtable post Outcast, so when the Kickstarter goes live, and just hear other people's thoughts and what they think so far, and not to spoil everything, but just get a little kind of rundown on it, and that'll be it. So also, one last thing is join the FreeHawk server. So click on the description, join it, and people there can instantly tell you, how to get going. You can play games casually. You can talk to other people that like Dice Throne here. And if you really want to get competitive, there's even like tournament stuff there. So check that out.
And playing's really simple. Just simply point a phone at your board and start playing. There's nothing really to it.
Pretty much there's multiple ways to do it. You could take just a cheap webcam. You could take your phone. There's ways to do it with your phone. So good luck, and thank you, RK, for showing up, and I'll see everybody